Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to be making a juniper tree, and we're going to be placing that on a polka dot agate that my husband and I found when we were rock hounding. Anyways, this is a 24-inch wire, and I did 42 branches altogether, Maryann's branches. So I split that up between gold, the copper, and the silver colored Bencrete 20 gauge wire. And I'll link all of that in the descriptions. So to begin with, you put 3 green beads on your 24-inch wire. Light green beads, and then you're going to add, I added one on each side of the grass green, and then one on each side of the dark green. Now you just line up the ends and then come on down and get those about centered. Hold on to them and put in 3, 4, 5 twists. Nice and tight. Hold your beads in place. Now we'll start with the dark green. Go to, see, there I am. I get all confused. Start with the dark green, go to the grass green, and then 3 of the light green. And then the grass green, and then the dark green. And you're going to just put your thumb between the beads and the wire so that you have a gap. And I think I do show you better how to do that in a few minutes. Then you will have your longer wire, and it'll be on the side of the leaf that you just put in. So what you're going to do is you're going to flip that wire to the other side and then flip over the whole thing. So now you'll be working with the longest wire, and you're going to do 1 dark green, 1 medium green. Oh no, that's a grass green. And then the light green. And you'll put on 3 of those and then back again. And to the dark green. You're going to see where I put my thumb right there, and kind of give it a little bend and bring it over. Match up where the wires would naturally come together. And then just twist till it's nice and tight. And I ended up putting 5 leaves on each one of Maryann's branches. She does have a video. She put it out, oh gosh, 2 or 3 days ago. I'll link it in the description. And she shows you how to do these branches as well. She's using a little bit shorter wire just because she is just making branches for a tree. And I believe it's in the cross. It came out so beautiful. That woman is so talented. And here we go again. I'm putting my thumb in that space to hold the beads where they go, kind of putting a little curve in there. Bringing them together, and then Just twisting them until I feel it's tight. Now we're going to flip that wire again. And we're going to use the longest wire to add our last leaf. So dark green, grass green, and 3 light greens. And then grass green and dark green. Now I spend quite a bit of time making these leaves, so I'm going to speed up this video at this point, and I will link Maryann's tutorial for making the leaves. And the branches. And she doesn't call them Maryann's branches. I call them Maryann's branches because, my gosh, she does such a great job. Okay, here we go, I'll speed it up. So I'm actually making this tree for my father-in-law, and I'll give it to him for Christmas. He's been wanting a stand-up tree, and this is the 3rd one that I have done. I am making it on a polka dot agate, which my husband and I went and dug at the polka dot agate mine in Oregon. And some very sad news about that. The Crim fire is going on out there. So far, it's the largest fire in 2025. And it has burned 95,000 acres. And the polka dot agate mine was, it's really been just devastated by that fire. The wildlife, all of the trees up there, a lot of ponderosa pines and junipers, and oh, such a sad the wildfire's just getting so bad. But they were going to close it under the name Polka Dot Agate Mine at the end of the month anyways. And then their lease had run out, and there was a few other issues. But what a wonderful place to go, and what a wonderful place to take family. And the people that ran it were just absolutely so nice and informative. And when we would take our grandkids there, they just treated the grandkids so good. And they helped them and gave them guidance, and so it was really just a very, very pleasant place to go and be in nature and excuse me, and dig rocks. And yeah, we'd all take pickaxes and little shovels and buckets, and and it was a lot of fun. So now that we're in Mississippi, I really need to head up to Arkansas and get to some of those quartz mines up there and do some rock hounding up there. And hopefully take some grandkids. Oh my gosh, that would be so much fun. I love teaching them about geology and the way the earth was formed, and like a lot of the rocks that you find and fossils from history are they're just incredible. And I've truthfully been a rock hound all my life. I just didn't know it until I was an adult. And I love all rocks. We have quite a collection of obsidian, different types. We have a little bit of rainbow obsidian. We have the, I think it's called snowflake or gold sheen obsidian, and then the mahogany obsidian, and then black obsidian. And so we've collected a lot of that over the years. But it's something that, you know, the husband and I enjoy doing out in nature. We used to go to the coast quite a bit and pick up seashells. That was fun too. All right, here's the bunches that I have and the different colors that I have. So it's the silver and the gold and copper Ben Crete 20 gauge wire. And I am going to be putting 3 of these together. And what I'm doing right here is I am just matching up the bottom twists. And then just twisting them together. So I have branches of 3. Yeah, on the Pacific Ocean, you can find a lot of agates and jasper and all sorts of just really cool things. Fossils, especially after like a king tide. We've been there through king tides and red tides are terrible. It's an algae, I believe, and I think one time we did find a dead stingray on the beach, and later on they were talking about on the news that that algae just kills everything in its wake. I could be wrong. It was quite a while ago when we were doing that. Yeah, I think I had just messed up in my counting, because at the end of this section, you're going to see that I have to build another leaf. Or another branch, I'm sorry, another Maryann's branch. Now I'm going to put 3 together. I need one just a little bit taller to be the top. So match those up. Make sure I'm using one for each color. And I'm such a filler. One thing that would really help putting this together is not spreading out the leaves first. So here I'm going to put 2 on one side of the twist and 1 on the other. And don't do what I did. Man, that really made it hard to put in the other leaves. Or the other branches. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I was one of the sets short. I'm seeing that now. It's just been so hot down here. It's like I just come inside to cool down, and it's like, oh, I can beat for a while. So here I go, making that last set of 3. And again, 2 on one side. And then flip it over and put your 3rd one on the other side. And we're gonna twist out the trunk. And I'm gonna set it on the rock and make sure that I like the way it looks on the rock and it will actually fit where I need it. Now this particular polka dot agate is got a really sharp pointy top to it. So I needed to make sure that the bottom of the trunk was flat enough that I could shape it over the top of that. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in real quick so you can kind of see what I'm doing a little bit, how I'm separating the wires. And I'm so sorry I couldn't turn it to actually show you, but I'm just separating the wires into the pieces that will naturally match up as it's coming off of that trunk. And here I'm putting some of the Aleene's glue on it. And here it is all taped up and dry. So I wait about 24 hours after I have glued it to mess with it anymore. And that just gives the glue a lot of time, not only to dry, but to really adhere to the rock and the wire. And as many times as I have fiddled with it and reshaped it, it sticks really well. So it's a really good product. I think so far, out of all the glues that I've tried, it's my favorite. And cure is the word that I was looking for. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to start out from, I'm just going to twist 2 wires together. And what I'm doing is not only am I lining them up with how they're coming off the trunk, and I know it's very hard to see and I apologize for that, but I'm doing my best to make sure that I am getting different colored wires to twist together. So if I have 2 silvers coming across, I'll pull the next color so that I'm twisting 2 different colors. And so after I get done twisting them, because twisting them on the rock is very difficult, what I'll do is I will go and use those pliers just to tighten up my twist. Just holding on to my work and yeah, I think this part was probably the hardest part, was pulling out the wires just to make sure that they're coming off of that trunk in order so it doesn't look all messy down there. Okay, gonna speed this up for you guys. Boy, did my hand get tired holding that rock. So that, you know, they are actually pretty heavy because they are agate. So I think someplace, a few seconds or a few minutes, you're gonna see me shaking out my hand because what a workout. Yeah, some of them were just so small. It was like, oh, this is horrible. Just use the pliers. I think my right hand was just as tired as my left hand, just because my right hand was feeling sorry for my left hand. I had to take a few breaks doing this and just shake out my wrist. And, thinking back, I think the next time I do this, after I fit the tree to the rock, I'll go through and I'll do the twisting before I get it glued to the rock. That way I'm not having to hold it for so long. So I think that altogether this part took me just over an hour. Twisting all these out. And that doesn't include my breaks. More coffee. Sure was glad to be about halfway done. There we go. Looks so funny when I do it so fast, huh? It's like when your hand starts to cramp just because you've been in that same position for so long and you're holding something kind of heavy. Yeah, getting back to the polka dot agate mine burning, it's just, so tragic. I am so upset about that, and I'm so grateful that we got to go so many times and meet all the nice people that were working there and the owner, and it was, just great people, and I'm very sad that, they lost so much. And I'm sad for everyone who had planned on going and didn't get to go before they closed. It really was a great family place. just going through here and just retwisting, just adding a few more. Oh, hey, good news. I think I finally got my camera set up right. Okay, so now I'm going to start twisting 2 of those branches together, and I'll do that all the way around. I'll just take the 2 that are next to each other and twist them together. Not all the way, but just enough that I will have 2 branches coming off of it. 2 branches, 2 roots coming off. And that really does clean up the base of the tree a lot when you do that. And now I'm just going through and trimming off the extra little pieces of wire at the end. So I'm making the ends nice and neat. You'll see me here kind of wrapping those little wires that are left up on the trunk, and eventually I'll go through and clip those off. And here I'm just like forming it into the rock, so all of the little crevices and different bends in the rock. Sorry, got out of the camera a little bit there. And now I'm going to start curling and twisting the roots. So I'll just put a little curl in the very end. Of every single root. And then the ones that aren't misformed enough, I'll go through and misform them. This has been a very, very fun project, and particularly meaningful just because of, you know, everything that's going on with the fire and everything, and being a self-collected rock. It's like, yeah, it's pretty awesome. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to pull out those little teeny tiny wires, and I'm going to trim those up. And these would be from the branches that were at the very top, because all of my branches I was using 24-inch wire. So the ones at the top would have been shorter coming down at the trunk. And I'm shaping my tree and rearranging my branches. Well, guys, thanks so much for watching, and yeah, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm happy to answer any questions you have, and I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Talk to you soon.